Hey guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and in this video we'll be talking about the top 20 Pokemons that are gonna be must-have for the season 20 of Go Battle League, that is next season for the Great League. And there are gonna be Pokemons that are gonna be buffed in the new season in this list, and also from the previous season that are gonna be meta in new season as well. And even though if they are not gonna be meta, they can still be used and still are gonna be good. Like Feraligatrs and Mandibuzz are still going to be beast and still going to be very good in the Great League. And of course the meta for the new season as well. So these are gonna be the 20 Pokemons that are gonna be must-have for the new season of Go Battle League. And I hope this video is going to help you because there are still like 10 days remaining for the new season to start, and until then we can grind these Pokemons, that is if we don't have them yet. And before we start the video, I want to request everybody that do subscribe the channel if you like the content of our channel, and if you have not subscribed yet. And do join our Discord server, the link is in the description. And if you want your battle videos to be shortcasted in the channel, then please send me your battle videos, the forum link is in the description. And please check out our channel membership perks if you want to be the member of the channel. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So the first Pokemon to talk about is LickyLicky, and by the way guys, Lickitung is not even in the top 50 rankings in the PVPOKE recommendations. That's crazy. And yep, LickyLicky can learn Rollout as the fast move, which got buffed. So yeah, it's gonna be, it can beat a lot of the meta. Like Mandibuzz is still going to be meta, and Feraligatr is still going to be meta. It can beat those, and can beat Talonflame and Trevenant as well. And also Charjabug, of course Charjabug is bug and it can learn Rollout, and it's got that hard hitting Shadow Ball. Well, it's non-stab but still. And obviously gonna be hard against the fighters, obviously gonna lose against Machamps, and there's gonna be Pangoro in number 11 in the ranking. People are gonna use Pangoro, and they've got Karate Chop, the buffed move, newly buffed. And yeah, we gotta watch out for those, but definitely need to build LickyLicky. And yeah, the fast move is Rollout, Lick, and Zenbud, but obviously Rollout, go for Rollout. And charge moves are Body Slam. Unfortunate thing is we have to use the Elite Charge TM for that Body Slam, and we also got options like Earthquake, Solar Beam, and Hyper Beam. And you know what guys, the good news is we don't need any Axials for the Great League for LickyLicky, and it is going to be quite bulky as well. It doesn't mean that it doesn't require Axial, so it's not going to be bulky. Well, it is going to be a little bulky, and yep, it is going to go up to like 23 levels, so that's pretty cool. This is gonna be the Pokemon to grind for the new season for the Great League, and also this can be good for the Ultra League as well. So moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Clodsire, the #1 ranked Pokemon for the new season of the Go Battle League for the Great League. #1, and the required, recommended moveset is Poison Sting, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. And Mudshot got nerfed, so that doesn't like do any effect for this Pokemon, but it's got because it's got Poison Sting as the fast move. Now look at its charge moves. I'm gonna run Earthquake and Stone Edge, and yep, you can also run Sludge Bomb. And there's also Mega Horn with this guy, and Water Pulse and Acid Spray. And look at its wins. Feraligatr, Jumpluff, Mandibuzz, Talonflame, Azumarill, and guys, a lot of people are gonna use Jumpluff and Tropius. So Clodsire is gonna be the #1 pick for the Great League for the new season, obviously. And it's gonna be poison, so it's gonna lose against the Mud Slap users like Gastrodon. There are gonna be Mud Slap users like Marowak, Golurk, and Gastrodon. So Clodsire needs to watch out for those. For that, you can use Mandibuzz with it. So Mandibuzz and Clodsire can make a good pair. Like Mandibuzz is going to be weak against fairies, like there are going to be Clefables and Azumarills also in this new season. So you can use Clodsire with Mandibuzz, and yep, Clodsire is weak against those Mud Slap users, ground. So Mandibuzz is flyer, so it can be good. And yeah, interesting charge moves, and it's gonna go up to level 30. Man, it's gonna be very, very tanky. And yep, happy news, good news, no Excel candy required. So you guys need to build the Clodsire. I have the rank 1 Clodsire, luckily. And yep, moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Gastrodon. Now #6 in the rankings, And there we go, Mud Slap, the buffed move, and Body Slam and Earth Power. So Body Slam was nerfed, but it's only like 10 less in damage. So it's also got Earth Power. Now look at its win. The #1 Pokemon is gonna get destroyed by Gastrodon. So this is one of the must-have. That is why we have this Pokemon in the list. And it can also beat LickyLicky, the new meta, the Azumarill, the Feraligatr, and Charjabug. And there we go. Its movesets are Body Slam and Earth Power. You gotta run Mud Slap for sure, the fast move, and Earthquake. And yep, just run Earth Power and Body Slam. So it's gonna lose against the Grass Flying Jumpluff, Cresselia, Mandibuzz. Yeah, gonna be obviously weak against the Flyers, and also gonna be weak against Talonflame, because it doesn't have any hard-hitting move against the Talonflame. Talonflame is a flyer, and it's got Earth Power. It's a ground-type Pokemon, and it doesn't like if you can also run Water Pulse, but you need some coverage, right? So yeah, it's gonna be like level 25 and no XL candy required either. So yeah, a lot of tough competition in the new season, because a lot of Pokemons are not gonna require XL. So you know, every player is gonna like have access to all of these Pokemons. So that's what I'm trying to say. And yep, this is going to be very, very interesting. Moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Clefable. This is the must-have for both leagues, Ultra League and Great League. Number 10 in the Great League. And there we go. There's going to be a lot of Mandibuzz. Like I told you, Mandibuzz is still going to be the meta. And yep, definitely going to lose against the poison #1 Pokemon, Clodsire. And key loss against Shadow Feraligatr. It's showing Shadow Feraligatr. Well, it matters in shields. Like it's got Fairy Wind and Swift. Fairy Wind got buffed, and Swift can load faster. But you can beat Feraligatr actually. So moving on to the moves. Look at its moves. It's also got Meteor Mash and Psychic, but yep, just run Moonblast and Swift. That's gonna be the best. I suggest you run that. And Fairy Wind, the buffed move, use Fairy Wind instead of Charm. You can also run Charm as well. And there we go. It doesn't require XL candy as well. And it's gonna go up to level 23. And yep, rank 1 is gonna be 0, 13, 15. And there are gonna be a lot of Karate Chop users like Machamp and Pangoro. And yep, you gotta run Fairy for those. And gonna win against Charjabug, Azumarill, and LickyLicky. Look at the meta Mons. Mandibuzz, new meta, Machamp Shadow, and LickyLicky. It can beat all 3. So it's gonna be must-have. Moving on to another Mon. It's gonna be Jumpluff. Now this is gonna be very, very interesting. You can run both Shadow and non-Shadow, and you can run both XL and non-XL. So there we go. Yeah, XL is like recommended but not required. It can go up to level 43, but you can run like level 40 as well. And yeah, its charge moves are, it's got a wide pool of charge moves like Dazzling Beam, Solar Beam, and Acrobatics. But running Aerial Ace and Energy Ball can be best, because Aerial Ace is going to be spammy with Fairy Wind, and Energy Ball, the good hitting grass move. You can also run Bullet Seed, but Fairy Wind, go for Fairy Wind. And you can run Acrobatics to have a clear win against things like Mandibuzz. Like, as you can see in the screen, Shadow Jumpluff can beat Mandibuzz, as it shows in the PVPOKE, and gets beaten by Mandibuzz if it's not Shadow. It all depends on how hard it takes the damage from Aerial Ace from Mandibuzz. So, and you can run Acrobatics as well if you have it. It is going to be elite. It's gonna come it's gonna come handy against those Mandibuzz, but just go for Aerial Ace and Energy Ball. At least I'm gonna do that. It's definitely gonna lose against Fireflies like Talonflame. Gonna lose against Poison, being grass, and yeah. So we're gonna lose against LickyLicky and Clodsire. Gonna lose against Dunsparce and Charjabug. Now Dunsparce, it's gonna be a little bit of in favor of Dunsparce, but it's not a clear loss. Not a clear loss against Dunsparce. Well, it's gonna be doing super effective with those rock moves, the Dunsparce obviously, but You can always tank a move and hit the move, and that's how it's gonna go. It is still a loss, but I'm saying not the clear loss. Look at its wins. Gastrodon, new meta. Feraligatr, always meta. Wigglytuff, it can win Mandibuzz. Azumarill, lot of meta. It can win a lot of meta. Now moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Marowak. Yo, one of my favorite Pokemon, Kanto Marowak. The Pokemon that was never used in GBL. Well, some people might have used, was never remembered in PvP. Now is number 14 in the ranking, the Shadow variant. And also, you can also run normal variant as well, and it doesn't require any excels and gonna go up to over level 30. And yep, fast moves definitely run Mud Slap, the buffed, and Bone Claw got buffed as well. It will do 15 more damage than before, that is 55 from 40, I believe. And Rock Slide got nerfed, but you can use Rock Slide, and it's gonna lose against Jumpluff, Mandibuzz, Talonflame, Azumarill, and Feraligatr. Wait, if you land Rock Slide, it's not gonna lose against Talonflame. So it all depends on landing Rock Slide against Talonflame. And Clodsire, gonna win Clodsire. There you go. Bastiodon is still going to be meta, even though its move got nerfed, because it's so bulky. And Marowak is gonna win both Bastiodon and Carbink. So there you go. It's gonna beat number 1 Pokemon Clodsire and number 2 Pokemon Carbink. So this is gonna be one of the must-have, and it's gonna also beat Charjabug, Dunsparce, and LickyLicky. So this is gonna be very, very interesting. And you can also like run. Now what I'm thinking is you can also run double ground, like Marowak and Gastrodon at the back, with something in the lead with which is good against the counter of the ground type Pokemons. This is going to be a whole lot new meta, and the game is going to change totally. Kind of excited, and obviously going to lose against Feraligatr and Azumarill, being the ground type. And yeah, being the ground type, we're going to lose against flyers like Mandibuzz and Jumpluff. And moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be, there we go, Machamp. I suggest you run Shadow. It's number 8 in the PVPOKE rankings. And look at its charge moves: Close Combat, Cross Chop, Stone Edge, Rock Slide, Payback, Dynamic Punch, Heavy Slam, Submission, Frustration. Alright, the fast move definitely run Karate Chop. Counter is getting nerfed. And Cross Chop is definitely needed. It's a must-have move, Cross Chop, for the like it's gonna be spammy. And since Rock Slide got nerfed, we can use Stone Edge. The sad part is we're gonna need Elite Charge Jam for both Karate Chop and Stone Edge. That is the only sad part running this Pokemon Machamp. Obviously, being fighter gonna be tough. Gonna lose against Fairies like Wigglytuff and Azumarill, and gonna lose against flyers like Jumpluff. And yep, against Clodsire, it has nothing to throw against Clodsire. All the moves are rock and fighting. So the only neutral move that is going to be is Payback. You can also run Payback. Yeah, Payback is a very good option. And it can win, obviously. LickyLicky, the meta. LickyLicky, Feraligatr, Charjabug. Okay, in case of Charjabug, it is obviously comes down to landing Stone Edge, right? Against Talonflame, there you go. It's got good matchup against those. This is gonna be the fighter to look at, and there are gonna be 2 fighters in the new meta. The other fighter is going to be Pangoro. That's how we call him in our country. Well, it's called Pangoro, right? Pangoro. We call it Pangoro. And there we go, hard hitting, close combat, and Night Slash, one of the spammy or bait move. It's also got access to that Rock Slide and Iron Head, and definitely go for Karate Chop. It can also learn Snarl. Now this is definitely going to be Glass Cannon. It can win against Dunsparce, LickyLicky, Feraligatr, and Bastiodon. It's got the dark coverage also. That is very interesting. It's going to be pretty cool, and it's going to be lose against Bog Charger and Fairy Azu and Flyer Jumpluff, Flyer Mandibuzz, and Clodsire. But definitely going to be the Pokemon in the spotlight, Pangoro. I think I'll prefer Machamp over Pangoro, but I'm definitely gonna try. The preferred move is gonna be Karate Chop, Cross Chop, I mean Karate Chop, Close Combat, and Night Slash. Yep, that is going to be the preferred move. Moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Aurorus. Now this is a Pokemon to look up, and not a lot of people are talking about Aurorus. And I wanted to talk about Aurorus. Now look at the Pokemon it can beat. Right? LickyLicky, Mandibuzz, Charjabug, Clodsire. These are going to be the meta Pokemons, right? And yep, its preferred move is obviously going to be Powder Snow as the fast move, and Weather Ball and Meteor Beam. Go for the Meteor Beam. And gonna lose against Gastrodon, Azu, Machamp, the fighter obviously, and Dunsparce as well, where there are a lot of matchups and no XL required for the Great League, and it can go up to level 20, so it is going to be quite good in defense as well. Not good, but fine. It's going to be runnable, and Clodsire, it can be the #1 Pokemon Clodsire, so that's going to be pretty cool. And yeah, this is going to be another interesting. I am definitely going to run Aurorus. Now moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Dunsparce. Now everyone is talking about Dunsparce, so that is why I kept Dunsparce like a little behind. But this is definitely a Pokemon to check out. And Dig will get nerfed, so run Drill Run and Rock Slide. Though it got nerfed, you gotta run Rock Slide and Roll Out as the fast move. Yep, run Roll Out. And it can be Charjabug, Azu, Jumpluff, Mandibuzz, LickyLicky, and there we go. Like I said in this video a lot of times, Azumarill, Mandibuzz, Feraligatr still going to be meta. So it can beat a lot of them, but not Feraligatr. And against Feraligatr, it is going to be like it's gonna be like a little bit of energy management and shield plays, but Dunsparce can win against Feraligatr. It's not like it's gonna lose against Feraligatr. No, it's not like that. You can always tank a move, right? And Feraligatr is kind of glass, so it can go up to level 40. There we go. It's gonna be quite bulky, man. And no XL required for this Dunsparce, and it's gonna obviously lose against Fighter, being the normal type, and gonna lose against Gastrodon, Wigglytuff, and Shadow Feraligatr, and Clodsire. So that is what it's gonna be. Though it loses against Clodsire, you can always hit for that Drill Run, which is gonna be super effective against Clodsire. And yep, that is it for the Dunsparce. And moving on to another Pokemon, it's going to be Golurk. There we go, Golurk. Shadow is 33 ranked and non-Shadow is 58 ranked. There we go, Mud Slap as the fast move, and it's also got Astonish. You can run both. And Shadow Punch, definitely needed. Shadow Punch got buffed, does more damage and same amount of energy required to lure. So Shadow Punch is going to be the amazing move. It's also got Earth Power and Dynamic Punch. Now, if you run Earth Power, you're gonna be walled by Mandibuzz, completely walled by Mandibuzz if you run Earth Power and Shadow Punch. That is will go for Dynamic Punch and Shadow Punch. And it's also got that Poltergeist, the hard-hitting ghost move. And it's gonna lose against Azu, Feraligatr, LickyLicky, Jumpluff, and Mandibuzz, but he's gonna win against Clodsire, Charjabug, Machamp, Gastrodon, all the Metamons. Wow, it can also win Talonflame by landing multiple Shadow Punches. Okay, so that is how it's going to be, and that was the 11th Pokemon, and I was going to talk about 20 Pokemons, right? But don't worry, here are the other 9 Pokemons. Now, these 9 Pokemons I've kept here because these were meta before, like Bastardon, Carbink, Mandibuzz, Feraligatr. And these are still going to be meta and still going to be good. Like Hypno, Tropius are not going to be inside the meta ring, but are going to be good. That is why I kept here. Feraligatr, Toxapex, Mandibuzz, Diggersby, everyone is going to be good in this new season. And Tropius got that Brutal Swing. It can learn Brutal Swing, and Brutal Swing got like buff in terms of energy cost. So less energy required to load Brutal Swing. So it's not going to be completely walled by steel types. So we can Toxapex is going to be pretty cool. And think about it. How about running Toxapex and Jumpluff, double grass flyers at the back, and running ABB? Those are going to be crazy teams. And as you can see on the left, those are the top 15 Pokemons for the new season shown by PVPOKE. Now, Feraligator's got a good matchup against a lot of those, and Hydro Cannon can hit hard against a lot of those. Even though Shadow Claw from Feraligator is resisted by Mandibuzz, but Hydro Cannon hits hard, and Ice Beam is going to be super effective against Mandibuzz. Well, it's still going to be hard, but think about Carbink, Gastrodon, Clodsire. Feraligator can beat every of those Mons, and it itself is in number 3 and number 4 position even for the new season. And number 3 non-Shadow, Shadow is number 4. So Toxapex, let's go to Toxapex. Talking about Toxapex, there are going to be a lot of Fairy like Clefable, as you can see there. So we can run Toxapex, and yeah, a lot of fighters as well. So Toxapex can be good, and that Poison Jab, Fast Move, Pressure is going to be good against things like Pangoro and Machamp. Well, gonna have a little hard time against those Marowaks, but you got Mandibuzz for that, and Mandibuzz itself is in the number 7, and Mandibuzz is still going to be very, very good against those Gastrodons, against those Marowaks, even those Feraligators. Yeah, it's gonna be good, and it's still gonna be good against Clodsire as well, because it can tank those Stone Edge pretty comfortably, even though if it's going to be super effective move. And Carbink and Gastrodon still meta for the new season. Carbink being number 2, Gastrodon number 9. And the bulk of Gastrodon is unbelievable, and that is why it's still going to be inside the meta ring. And Azumarill, never out of meta. Azumarill can do good against Mandibuzz. Azumarill can do good against a lot of neutral scenarios, like even Carbink and Gastrodon. If it has Hydro Pump, and even if it doesn't have the Hydro Pump, it can tank those Stone Edges from Gastrodon and Rock Slash from Carbink pretty comfortably, right? And there are going to be a lot of fighters with Karate Chop, so Azumarill is going to be still good in another season as well, and it's still going to be good against those Marowaks. And yep, it's going to be bad against those poisons, obviously, but we can still use it. And Hypno, I've kept Hypno because the Pokemons that got buffed are going to be poison and fighting, and Hypno is good against those, so that is why I kept Hypno. And at least for the start of the season, a lot of people are gonna run Karate Chop fighters and Poison Sting poison types. At least for the start of the season, Hypno is going to shine, and that is what I believe, and that is why I kept Hypno in our top 20 list. And Tropius is, if you don't have access against those Jumpluffs and things like that, you can run Tropius. Again, a lot of fighters, right? A lot of ground types, so Tropius can wall those. Not exactly wall if they've got coverage move like Stone Edge, not exactly wall, but somewhat wall them. And Diggersby, the fat boy. The fat boy Diggersby is going to be pretty good because it's got coverage. Now Mudshot is gonna get nerfed, but it's got that quick attack as the fast move, which is still fine. And there we go. It can also run Hyper Beam and Earthquake, which can very good coverage. Yeah, it can put a lot of work, and there's still going to be Carbinks and Gastrodons around, and poison types around, so ground coverage is going to be really good. And yep, that is going to be the top 20 Pokemons. That was it, guys. I hope you liked the video, and 10 days remaining, so we can grind for the Pokemon candies that we don't have. We can catch some ranked top 10 Pokemons for these 20 Pokemons. And yeah, I'm gonna go and grind some candies for Jumpluff. I still need to build XL Jumpluff, so I'm gonna use XL variant of the Jumpluff. For the Shadow, I've got a good ranked Shadow. And that is it, guys. I hope you like the content. Go and grind for the next season, and next season is going to be insane. I hope you like the content, and if you like the content, then please do subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And thank you so much, guys.